A 3-year research on reviewing educational approaches for children with disabilities in PNG has found that mainstream schools are not being resourced to support the inclusion of children with disabilities. The study also found that teachers are not adequately trained to support the inclusion, and the policy needs to be updated so that it is in line with the international human rights commitments. The findings of this research were released today in Port Moresby. Esther Bralinwani reports.
The research was carried out by researchers from the Leonard Cheshire Disability and Inclusive Development Centre at the University College London and the University of Goroka. The 3-year study analysed the extent to which children with disabilities enjoy the right to education in PNG. The research found that mainstream schools are not being resourced to support the inclusion of children with disabilities, and teachers are not adequately trained to support inclusion. It also revealed that the policy needs to be updated so that it is in line with international human rights commitments. The study further pointed out that lack of government oversight and management of resource centers has led to fragmented and unequally distributed services, and even a lack of specialist teachers in the resource centers. A good number of representatives from the University College London, University of Goroka, United Nations and Australian High Commission, amongst others, attended the dissemination event in Port Moresby today. United Nations Resident Coordinator Roy Trivedi says the Sustainable Development Goal in its 17 goals talks about leaving no one behind. He says we need to involve people with disabilities to achieve their full potential and contribute to the development of the country and the world.
Person living with disability, you're even more likely to find it tougher to achieve your full potential and have the support that you fully need.
Dr. James Iwer from the University of Goroka says the research found that some policies are not in place to support the education of children with disabilities, to reversing the disincentives to inclusion, and this is through a number of reasons.
Teacher training was one area that we need to look at. We also need to look at the policy. The special ed policy, the first one was 93. So now it's almost over 20 years. So we need to look at that. And then we also look at, the other finding we found out was the preparedness of teachers. Do teachers really prepare to accept those children with special needs? But preparedness comes in different ways. Whether they are training or in the classroom, are they ready to accept children with disabilities? That's one area. But we also look at collaboration.
Esther Bralinwani, NBC National News, Port Moresby.